yesterday evening, we had a fascinating discussions about AI, um, and about how somebody has used a system called Claude to create a database for all of the photos that have been taken on board the ISS.
Okay.
How the system created this and how it reacted with him. What he was asking it and what it responded with was really quite amazing. I mean, he even suggests things, and he said, well, we need to be
Hello,
able
Ghanim.
to, we need
Hi.
to be able to do this. And the AI system would come back with, well, have you considered doing it this way? And utterly incredible.
Yeah. Hello, Werner.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
So I just wonder how long it'll be before we have this.
Oh, this is, yeah,
This
2001.
arrived today. HAL 9000 Logic Memory Systems, Urbana, Illinois, and underneath it says foolproof and incapable of error. So I got that because I'm going to see 2001 on Sunday in London at the BFI IMAX, which is the biggest IMAX screen in the UK. So
Okay.
that's going to be good.
So who we have here?
Oh, we've got Werner and Ghanim. Good.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Ghanim, Jerry,
Hi, Jerry.
Werner, Amade, Anade. Who is Anade? I think it could be.
Yeah, Amalie. Hi. Hi, Adriano. This is
Hi,
Amalie.
Amalie. Hi. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm okay.
Emily.
I'm back to London on Monday. Yes, Monday. I have to get on the plane.
Where are you at the moment then?
I'm in California.
Oh,
Lose track. I can't remember where I am. Yes,
no,
here
it's
in
about
California. Yeah.
yeah.
Going back Monday, right.
If it's Thursday,
Yeah, I'm running out of time.
so it must be about midday for you.
I've been here for a bit.
We have Joe Pelton joining. Seems to have problems to join. Okay. Hello, Joe. Are you in? Don't see you. Yes. Okay. Joe, you are in, but I don't see you. Oh, Wes is joining. Fine. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hi. Now I see you, Joe.
Yes.
Great. Welcome. We have.
Werner, I just sent you a message.
Hello, Wes.
Hey, Adriano. Hey, everybody.
Nice to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I can hear you. Well, let's wait a couple of minutes more to see if other people join. I think I will also send a couple of WhatsApp messages.
I like your photo there, Wes.
Thank you.
Who is this handsome guy?
That was taken by University of Mississippi at my space law graduation.
All right.
So I just sent off Werner's article for the special issue, and I was looking for reviewers, and then I looked at references, and I decided I couldn't invite you, Jerry, nor you, Adriano, since you were co-authors of one of the reference articles.
Yes, it's not possible. Yes.
Incestuous.
Conflict of interests.
Yeah.
I have read your message, Joe, but I will wait what
Sure.
what the other reviewers
Right,
will have to say.
right.
Where is this posted?
Well, it's not posted anywhere yet, but you know,
Okay.
we're doing these series of articles for a special issue on living in space, which you were too busy. We invited you, but you were too busy to participate. But we have 9 or 10 in process for a special issue of Frontiers in Space Technology on various aspects of living in space.
I had a problem that all my SRI messages were going directly into Gmail trash, so I've missed a lot. I fixed that, but I wasn't getting them for about 2 months or 3 months. But
Sorry, not into spam.
no, just into the trash folder. I was some deep
Yeah,
problem
how
with
does
it.
it do
I don't
that?
know. I had to go through all filters and all this stuff, but I was missing a lot of messages.
Ah,
Managed to keep up, since then. But yeah,
a case where the intelligence is most definitely artificial.
right.
Okay,
I
fine.
only see 3 of us now on. Is Adriano still there?
Sorry? Yes, no, it's my camera commuted.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I was saying that we could maybe start. Just a moment. I have to take back my proposed agenda. Here it is. Okay. So let me share it in the chat. Copy chat. And let's go with the agenda. So
Is it vastly different from what you originally emailed?
no, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
I just recovered it from my email.
Yeah, all right.
So as a first point, I suggest to make a quick review of our general planning for 2025, 2026. What we have to do is to complete the calendar of the committee's meetings from now to July. Some committees already placed their meeting dates on the calendar, and some other committees have not done that. Then we have some maybe the new chairs of the committees are suggested to review the committee draft methodologies, because probably some corrections or adaptations should be made considering the new the new mission of some committees that we have made. The new committees grouped some of the old committees, so probably we need to reconsider the draft methodology in order to reflect the new situation.
Adriano, can you post the link in the chat?
the link. Sorry.
Or the agenda, I can't pull it up for some reason.
Yes, it is in the chat.
No,
No? Maybe. Sorry. I have posted, but I had not. So, can you see? Can you see the agenda or not in the chat?
No.
no,
That's strange.
I can just read it on the email you sent.
No, but I don't understand why. I'll enter to send. Click enter to send. So, okay, I'm clicking enter, but it doesn't go. Why?
no, nothing new in there.
Okay, so yeah, I will do another way. I will share it on the screen. Just a moment. I put it in a Word. I put it in a Word document and share it. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so let me share. Okay. So
Got it.
can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, well.
Great.
That's good, nice and clear.
So yeah, I say the calendar of the committee's meetings within July. Now we will see the calendar and see who is not which dates are not set up so far. Then updating the draft committee methodologies. This is not something we can do during the meeting, but is just a suggestion to the chairs. Then the works we have to do. Thesis 1 for the 4th SRI World Congress, co-authoring the thesis. Of course, we have to produce a draft firstly to be shared and circulated. Then papers for IAC 2025 Sydney. I think the papers are ready. And but because the IAC is in 1 month, so the paper are ready. To think about papers for 2026 IAC in Antalya, and to the papers presentation for COPUAS meetings 2026, the technical scientific committee and the legal committee and the General Assembly. Then a Space 18 SDG events in 2026, papers for Living in Space initiative that Joe was just recalling a few minutes ago, and the papers for ISDC 2026, provided that we can go, because we will be in preparing the Congress that will be in July. So it's I don't know if we will succeed to go this year or not. Then our main commitment within July 2026 is the SRI 4th World Congress based on the committee structure. And so I think you remember that our 3rd Congress was in 2021. And now 5 years, 2026 will be 5 years. So we have to go ahead with our 4th World Congress. And the difference with respect to the, my video is down again. I don't know why. Okay. With respect to 2021, the good news is that now we have the committees that are working and can take responsibility for some activities of the Congress. So
Adriano,
yes.
Could we just go back quickly to item 6 of papers for living in space? It's just a bit confusing, so I would like to explain that we now have 10 articles slated for the special issue of space, excuse me, Frontiers in Space Technology. But in addition to that, we have pending a proposal to Springer Press to do a book on
book.
challenges of living in
Yes,
space.
yes. Yes,
And
in this case,
those are longer, and anybody can go to the website of Living in Space, and both
so
activities are set
let me
forth
add
there.
here. Let me add here 10 articles for Space Frontier, right?
Correct. And we have waivers for all of those lined up, and we've used up all of our waivers.
And chapters of the book.
And the chapter of the books are longer. The 3,000 words is for the journal,
or
and 5,000 words or longer for the book. And we now have, I think, 14 committed articles for that, but we can take additional ones.
this is the editor is Springer. No, what is the name of the editor?
Well, it's Springer Press, Springer Nature. They're probably the world's largest academic publisher.
Okay. So yeah, this I was just making a list, okay, not going too much in the detail. However, good to make this precision that there are 10 articles for Space Frontier and chapters of the book.
Right.
Good. Well, my proposed plan for the Congress is, okay, today we will have a review of the call for papers, my draft, and the website that I have begun to develop. Internal presentation. So for this is the first presentation today of the call for papers and the website internal discussion. Then the 2 of September, we have the SRI board, and I hope that we can arrive to the SRI board with our discussion of today. So having already a little bit started debugging the materials. Then so the board will take the essential decision if the Congress should be hybrid or just virtual. The location in case of hybrid should be free, or we should have a registration ticket, dates and planning approval. I don't know. I'm thinking about the ticket because I see that all the world always makes some ask the registered attendees to pay something. So we have to understand. But I think this is discussion for the board and not for the academy, of course. Then I hope we can make the public announcement of the call for paper the 15th of September during a webinar, a public webinar. So the same date we can kick off the Congress team activities, the task force that we have to create for the Congress. And the 1st of October, we will start with the preliminary webinars. Of course, the webinars calendar of this month from now to July 2026 will be the Space Relation Academy webinars will be devoted to the Congress. So we will have 2 webinars per month dedicated to the Congress. And of course, yeah, we have I'm already working to a list of invited speakers for the preliminary webinars. Of course, the priority will be given to SRI, to our committees, and but we will also invite other people that already in 2021 participated and were very, very welcome. I don't know. I'm thinking about Bob Zabrin, Rick Tomlinson, and Frank White, of course, that is also a member of this committee.
Could I interrupt again? I've sent messages to Frank White, but got no response. Could you perhaps just send a message to him again and say we would like to know because we
Sure.
have finalized the proposal to spring.
Yes, I will. I don't know. Usually Frank reply soon, so maybe he didn't receive your. It could be he had not received your message. I don't know. Or
I copied you, I think, on that, but if
Or-
not, I'll send it
yes,
to
yes.
you.
I have
Okay.
seen your message. I have seen your message.
Right.
But maybe the spam filters make horrible things, especially the first time that some people write each other. So it could be that your message was lost. So I will re-forward it to him. Okay.
So
Then-
I know he's busy and may not be able to participate, but I would like
of
to
course.
get it in. If
Well,
he's
okay.
good.
However, then okay, we have to create a task force for the Congress, and this is a list of tasks to be done, invitations to keynote speakers and a large invitation for attendees, marketing, promotion on social networks and media, sponsorship, seek for corporate sponsors, patronage from the main space agencies and universities, media partners. We should try to bring on board Space News, Spacecom, Space Daily, and other space hits, and YouTubers also. There is a number of very good YouTubers like the Everyday Astronauts and other that follow the space things, and maybe we could make an agreement with them to be our media partners for Congress. Okay, preliminary.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but is there a list of what the sponsorships are? Are there different levels and cost, or is it just whatever people?
Yes, we have a form that I will show. After this review, I will show the what is already on the website and can be used for sponsorship and so on. Well, okay, preliminary webinars, 16 webinars between October and June. The website, newsletters, at least one per month, promotional statements and slogans, mottos, and we have to make an electoral committee to oh, Frank White is here. Okay. For president candidates, board director candidates, and membership voting rights check. So we should have an electoral committee making all of these things. Well, good news is that Bernard Foing already said he would like to run again for the position of president. We don't know if we will have others, so we will see. And this will be the task of the electoral committee to understand all of these things. Then we will have to create the Congress sessions chairs. My basic idea is that the chairpersons of our committees will be chair also of the sessions, and they will have to evaluate received abstracts for acceptance or refute, and to correspond with speakers of their sessions. So, okay, this is all what it came to my mind so far. Also, basing on the experience of 2021. I have to say that the work made in 2021 is really useful because, for instance, I just made a clone of the website, and now I'm changing to using it as a template for the website for 2026. I don't know. So this is my proposed agenda. Would like to see if you agree and or you want to add something or whatever comment to the agenda. I'm sorry. By the way, Frank, you are here. I saw you enter.
Here.
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Adriano.
Hi, how are you?
Terrific. How are you doing?
Ah, well, I'm here, alive, alive and kicking.
Very good.
Okay. So, what we have made so far, Frank, is just a review of my proposed agenda. And now I'm waiting for any possible comments. And if no comments, we can go ahead.
Just if Frank White could respond to the invitation about the Living in Space book.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Joe, and I will do that. I'll respond online with
Great,
and
perfect.
thank you.
Okay, so you got the message, Frank.
I did.
Okay, that's
I did.
fine. Excellent.
So, Adriano, I have a question about the Kupos meetings. There was some unfinished business when we went in June with Werner and Marie-Louise. I was there. They extended the deadline for the 2030 agenda input to the end of the year, right? You know about
Oh, yes. We have to make that paper because they allow us to present a second paper on the 18 SDG. So yeah,
exactly. But the thing was, Adriano, that when we went to confirm that we were allowed to put forward the second paper, they they showed us a form. It was a form to fill in for an abstract, and following that, we could submit the paper. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take a record of where the form was, so I can't locate the form. And I'm wondering how to get hold of the initial form for the second submission. It is a form with an abstract of the paper that you're going to present.
which form are you talking about?
Okay, well, when I went to confirm with the organizers that we could put forward a second paper, right? And they said, yes, that's fine.
No, but they don't have a form for uploading contents. So we have to send it via email normally.
Okay, they showed me some sort of online form to fill out with an abstract.
Oh, if there is a form, is even better, of course. No, I don't know about this form, so it's a good thing to understand.
Well, could you contact the whoever it is where we submit and ask them if there's a initial form, an abstract form, a form for the abstract that needs filling out?
Office of Outer Space Affairs, probably.
I don't know. Adriano's in touch with them. I'm not sure where to inquire. I mean, I could.
Yes. Okay, so I ask for possible form to upload contents to UNOSA. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I would like to mention that the review of this seems to be scheduled for July next year with ECOSOC. I'm wondering if that kind of coincides with the Congress in July. It's about the same time.
Yes, I'm sorry because I'm not taking care of ECOSOC, and I hope that somebody can do it. Maybe Dennis. By the way, Dennis is not present today, so I don't know if he is feeling fine or not, because I know that he was experiencing some issues, some health issues. However, I will try to just I take another note. Contact Dennis or ECOSOC. Okay.
Yes, I'm just thinking that if we make the second submission and perhaps something will be looked at by ECOSOC, then maybe that could be incorporated into the content of the Congress, which is also in July. as it's sort of all around the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, okay, we will see. Okay. Well, anything else,
Yeah, Adriano.
Terry?
So you mentioned that there's going to be a whole series of webinars
Yes.
to lead up to June. Is there any worry about any of the content of that conflicting with that of the Congress or being duplicated?
No, I think, well, I think the arguments, the topics will be the same of the Congress, basically.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
of course, a webinar is there is time to make a 1 hour lecture.
Mm.
It's a bigger space with respect to the 10 minutes presentation of the Congress. So with the webinars, we can develop a little bit better our topics. And of course, we will invite the speakers, and they will choose, seeing our call for papers and the topics that we are publishing there. They will choose their preferred topic to make a lecture.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's
by the
okay.
way, I think that about you, an updated version of the Island Zero presentation would be beautiful. I don't know what are you thinking?
As a webinar, yes. There's
Yes.
no way I could do that in 10 minutes. So yeah,
No. It's
in
very
view of the difference in the timescales for each of the two different formats of presentation, I have no problem with that.
excellent. And the same, I think we can say about Werner. And if you like to present, I don't know, the Lagrange factory or another.
Yes, I can. Well, I can.
Yeah, or
Yes, I
another
can make a
thing.
presentation about Lagrange factory and about the industrialization of cislunar space and
Yes,
so on.
yes, exactly.
No problem.
In fact, in conversation with the co-chairs of the Space Habitats Committee, I had suggested a one-day event that we would do sometime, perhaps
Yes.
in the spring of
Yeah,
next year.
why not? Yes, that could be done. Excellent.
Regarding the webinar and the content and so on and the Congress, can we have some portion dedicated to our activities at the UN and the UN perspective on the treaty and everything? I mean, we have some content there regarding the UN programs.
Okay,
So,
let me take some notes about this. So first, Jerry, Stone, Island Zero, updated. Werner, Grandl, Lagrange, Space Factory, and Industrialization, Geolunar. And Amalie. So can you repeat your topic?
with the SRI at the UN and our recommendations and addressing the treaty, the OST going forward.
Yeah, that's fine. And so would you like to hold a webinar on this? Would you like to do it yourself?
Yes, I can do, or maybe Marie-Louise would like to, but we will between us, definitely.
Okay, you can talk with Marie-Louise and see what can be made, correct?
Yeah, but when we get the second paper put together, then we'll have a better idea.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Then, okay, other things we will see.
Adriano, do we
maybe
have...
maybe Thomas. Thomas, are you there? Thomas, you still with us? Thomas?
Yeah, I had to get off of the mute. I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Yeah, I think maybe you could hold a webinar yourself. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe on the Space MBA we have here and the education.
On a space farming or something like that.
Well, yeah, I can do that too.
Food production in space.
Okay.
Sorry,
Food production for communities in space. Yep.
Yeah.
Adriano, with regard to living in space, Jim Green and I have been working on this idea of a space shield that would stop solar wind and coronal mass ejections, stripping away the atmosphere of Mars and restoring an atmosphere to Mars.
Yes.
And also the future idea that this could be done to Earth to protect our power grids from massive Carrington event type storms. And this is something that we could do conceptually, like a 10-minute thing for the Congress, but would really require, just like Jerry, an hour-long presentation to understand exactly how it could be done and the whole architecture that would be required.
Very, very good. So we have somebody just entered. I don't understand who.
Oh, it's me. I just changed my name. Yeah, sorry, I just changed my name.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Well, we were now talking about some webinars to be done, some preliminary webinars of the Congress to be held from October to June 2026. And we will have 16 of these webinars, and we were talking about webinars by Jerry Stone, by Werner, by Amalie, by Thomas, by Joe. And maybe you also want to hold a webinar, Susan?
Oh, yes. Just this morning, we were pitching to the Humans in Space. We were selected semi-finalists. So I think what we are interested, what I would like interested to speak on is about space pharmacology. That's actually what we're focused on. Yeah, so pharmacology, of course, space medicine and technology, so medtech, and then astronautics. So I've just been crazy busy, and I've been trying to catch up and try to fill in and send things to everybody. So, but I think those are the three.
Okay, that's fine.
Big areas. Mm-hmm.
And Susan, if you have a chance to reply about your article for the special issue.
Yes, I saw that, and you're saying you want like a 5,000 words manuscript, correct?
Well, in other words, we could still do a shorter one for the journal, but I think with your schedule, the 5,000 word one for the book is probably the best way to go. But let me know. You can do both if you wish.
Yes. I'm going to bring in my team as well, so they're all interested in doing several submissions. So no problem.
Okay, great.
Now, while we are talking about webinar, Frank, I think you would like to hold a webinar, correct?
I hadn't thought about it. Do you think I should?
Yes, why not? Yes, we are thinking about making 16 preliminary webinars for the Congress, and you are very kindly required to hold one of these things, if you like, of course.
Would somebody else take care of the technical side?
Yes, no. The technical side is the one we are using since 3 years. The Space Medicine Academy webinar, so no problems. It will be on Zoom and broadcasted on YouTube on our channel, Space Medicine.
I will do it. Let me give some thought to the topic, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. I will just put a placeholder for you.
Okay.
Topic to be decided. That's fine. We also have Ghanim. Maybe Ghanim, you will also take a place for a webinar.
I was thinking actually to invite John Mankins to discuss about space-based solar power, because I know in the SRI community there is some, let's say, debate about it. So
Yes.
let me be in touch with John. Maybe I can do with him a joint webinar together about space-based solar power.
Excellent. So we will make our uncomfortable questions to him about.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yes, I want to learn about this.
Okay, that's fine. So John Mankins on space solar power. Great. Is it, anyone else who want to propose? Okay, let's go ahead.
Adriano, I have a suggestion here. Do we have an organizing team for the SRI World Congress?
And not yet. This is one of the things we have to do to create team. Of course.
Okay, because I think it's important to define some rules and tasks, and then we contact the SRI Open Forum list. Maybe someone will be interested to volunteer.
Of course, this is the point 3 of my agenda is a Congress teams task force taking care of invitations, marketing, and sponsorship. Seek for corporate sponsor, patronage, media partners, preliminary webinars, website, newsletters, promotion statement, electoral committee, and so on. So yeah, this is something we have to put together. So I am accepting volunteers even now. If somebody want to propose himself or herself to be part of the task force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom.
Okay.
Jerry, thank you so much.
Part of, right? Part of. I've got enough other things to do.
Okay, good. Yeah, all of us have many things to do. However, okay, so the task force. Jerry?
Yeah, can we see some other names there, please?
Some other volunteers?
All right, in due course.
Okay, okay. Well, even if you decide in the next days, please write to me, okay? Let's say like that. So now, well, going ahead, I want to show you what we have online. And of course, consider it a yard because so far it is not published anywhere. So it's a draft, okay? Possible to be changed.
Yeah, Andrea, I have to leave for that meeting now. I'm sorry.
Okay,
this
Tom.
is Tom. I gotta get to that faculty meeting.
Yes. Well, no. Wait a moment. I'm sorry because there is something else that I wanted to say before presenting the Congress or the materials that we already have. And so far we have. Okay, let's take the proper page. I hope to go there quickly. Let's go there quickly. My drive. Congress. For Congress. Invitation, webinar calendar, invitations. No, it's not here what I wanted to see. Oh my God. I'm becoming old.
Adriana, I do have to go. I'll catch the recording.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
No. Yeah, even because maybe it's here. Meetings. Oh. Okay, just a moment. And we will join the correct page. The correct page. Okay. Well, so as you can see here, we have some committees that already put their meetings dates on the calendar. Okay, this is this meeting we are doing now. Space Philosophy and History will meet the 23rd of October, and they have not chosen yet the other dates for the 26th. The Space Policy Committee has to choose the dates. So I think we have at least one chair that is Amalie, correct? And also Wes. So
yeah, we need to. I was thinking we can go ahead and now that the new Google group is formed for space policy, why don't we go ahead and blast this out like a message out to everybody in that in the group deciding on some dates because we have none right now.
I suggest the chairs of the committee to hold a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and choose the best dates for four meetings, 2 in 2025 and 2 meetings in the first semester of 2026. So I recommend Wes and Amalie that you are here now to write to the other chairs and to, sorry, let's see who are the other chairs because we are talking about some time. So space policy, Dennis O'Brien, Emily Sinclair, Eric Sade, and Robert Katz. So these are the chairs of the Space Policy Committee. Of course, since the Space Policy Committee has more duties than the old Space Law Committee, also the other people are very welcome to help. And so Wes, for instance, and the other ones.
I think that's a very good idea, Adriano, to talk to the members of the committee to have a Zoom meeting if we can get Robert and Eric and everybody together. And because the space policy, this paper, the paper that we're writing for the UN just now, the 2030, that we're aiming for an integrated policy that includes, exploration, settlement, terrestrial development, and it's all based on technology. So, if we can kind of get that out in front, the policy, and set up the meetings and
okay, so
direction,
Amalie, you are very welcome to write to the other chairs and to combine a Zoom. Just tell me when, and I will set the Zoom call.
Well, I know I'm not very good with computers. Perhaps Wes could say.
Yeah, I can do that. Just two things. I know for a fact that I have Amalie's email address, Dennis O'Brien's email address, but if I lack the other two emails, I was going to post something in the group, but I don't have the other two direct emails. Where can I get those?
Yes, I will share the emails of
Yeah.
I'll remind you. I'll write in. I'll remind you. We just do it over, a private email. I'll write to you after this, Adriana.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, I'll do this.
We have Susan. Maybe want to say something?
Yeah, yes, I do. So I see here Space Art and Media Lab, and it's me. So I would like to do something. I've just been selected to be the chair of the American Society for Gravitational Research and Sciences. That's coming up. I think it's early next year in Phoenix. So I think that would be nice because I'm chairing the space art competition. I'm creating that whole sector for them. So maybe we can bring them in to also work with us. If you know who the American Society of Gravitational, they're pretty prestigious and also very well known. So anyway, that's what I just saw. So I would like to work on that. But since Joe's here and I might forget Joe, so I'm actually going into a full analog mission at the UND, University of North Dakota, starting on the 15th of October for 3 weeks. So I will be in blackout for that whole time. So if we can just change the date, maybe the week before, to talk about the Living in Space Committee, that will work because I will be in a full mission. I won't be able to
I'm not sure which date we're talking about changing.
I see that 16th of October, we had set a meeting from the previous slide. Because I was in the last meeting. And so I saw 16th of October that Living in Space Committee was meeting, and I will be in a mission. And so
yeah, 16 October, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So we can have it a few days earlier. That'll be great. That would work for me.
So can you propose a date right now?
So I will be going into the mission starting on the 14th. So flying into North Dakota on the 12th. So the week before, anytime the week before works for me.
1 week before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So 16, it will be the 9 of October.
Is that okay
Sure.
for you?
Yeah, that works.
All right. And the other thing is the November 13th meeting is different in that it's a 4-hour-long presentation of the articles that we're doing on living in space. So it's more of a 4-hour-long Zoom webinar as opposed to the regular meetings. But 9th of October for the meeting. I'll let everyone know.
Okay, 9 of October.
Thanks, Joe. Yep, 9th of October. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then what I wanted to say? Okay, the space policy we already said. We have target young generations that should define a couple of dates.
Yeah, I will talk with Maria, and I also can see there are new other co-chairs, and we will decide the time.
Okay, great. So let me add an action item for that. Okay. What else? Okay, the Space Renaissance for All gallery. Unfortunately, Bernard is not here today, but I think, well, by the way, I also don't know so far if he thinks that to have a committee for the Space Renaissance for All gallery is a good idea or not. So I hope he will say something about that during the next days. And of course, if he doesn't agree to have the committee named after the Space Renaissance for All gallery, we should have another title for this committee allowing to have a space art committee, by the way. I thought to give this name to this committee because the work they made for the gallery was a very big work, and I thought it was it was worth to be consolidated in a committee. But this is not, if this is not a good idea, we can change. Okay, the important is that we will have a space art committee. That is very important. That works in the space art and media laboratory. Okay, this is the laboratory, and we have some committees inside. Well, the webinar series is not a committee, but however is in this context of the Space Art and Media Lab. So yeah, if we will have a Space Nation for All Gallery committee, good. If not, we can have a Space Nation Art committee, simply. And okay, but so I think we have to solve this this doubt in the next days. So the
Adriano,
yes.
are you just talking? You're just talking about the space art, a media lab,
Yes.
right? So, like I just put into the chat, this is the American Society for Gravitational Research, and I'm going to be chairing the space art competition, and with Dr. Porterfield from Purdue University. So we could also figure out how to bring their communities into our SRI and under the space art. So I'd like to be able to bring in Dr. Porterfield, and maybe we can work together on doing this for SRI.
Yes, good, excellent. So I think maybe we can have a discussion with Bernard and see what is better to do for this committee. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Let me. Okay. And okay, so I think the committees are now okay. Yeah, space philosophy, we have the first meeting in October, and the other meetings will be the other dates will be defined. So we can go ahead with the Congress. Okay, so this website is a clone of the 2021 Congress website. So I have started to work on it. There are still something related to the 2021 Congress, but in the next days I will make a clean of that and only have new materials of the next Congress here. So this is an AI generated image, just to be quick. But of course, we can ask some artists if they can do something human.
Yeah, I'd like to raise a medical issue with this image. The waistline of that lady on the left.
Yes, the problem with these images generators is that they are not very accurate with the hands of the people. So it's something really not nice to be seen. However, yeah, I think we can ask some artists if they can do something for us, representing the quality of life, because this is our title. This is my proposed title. Of course, we have to agree on that yet. However, I think the quality of life is on Earth and Beyond is a very good title. And now I will tell you why. But so far,
Adriano, if you have this sort of half-naked women drinking wine or whatever it is they're doing, I mean, more conservative societies, it's not really how they want to publish
Is
that.
naked? Which one is naked? I don't see naked women.
It's very Western liberal concept of what the quality of life is. I mean, it's always a Western liberal, but I mean, it's not something that might not be viewed favorably within certain cultures.
It might be good to be multinational too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to bring
Yes,
that
but
up.
this is just a temporary image. It's just because I wanted to put something there, but it's not public here. It's not public. It's not advertised anywhere. So this is just a draft website, and I think maybe some artists can do something very much better. And,
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if I can bring in some artist students that I'll be working with. Right. So yeah. By the way, which AI platform did you use for this? Did you use ChatGPT, DALL-E, Anthropic? What did you use? Adriano, do you remember?
Sorry, which AI I used? You
Yeah,
mean?
which, yeah. Did you use DALL-E, Anthropic?
Adobe Express.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I agree. Got to work on this, but don't worry. We'll bring in some student artists. They would love to do this, so we will get some. I'll get them to create a few ideas. If that's the general theme, right? Quality of life on Earth and beyond. Is that what you want to keep, Adriano? That title?
Oh yeah, this
That's
is my proposal. We have to agree on
Right.
that, of course. Yeah.
So,
if you like it.
if we agree on a title as a theme, then I can get the students to work on it. But you got to give me a theme and a title that we want to stick with, right? So we got something to work with.
Good.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Perhaps it would be useful. I think the idea is good. If we have a consensus here on that title, that might be helpful for the board to decide.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. So maybe we should take a vote, or somebody has some more other ideas.
Quality of life is good. It's just how do you illustrate that? Maybe animals and vegetation and sort of neutral.
Well, we can throw that prompt to the AI and then see what it generates, right? But if that's the main theme, if that's the title we all consensus agree on, then we can start working on just coming up with some ideas.
Well, I think we can maybe go ahead reading I also created a logo. SRI 2026 for World Congress Quality of Life is a glass of wine in space. And but of course, this is not a kind of superficial message of us. So when we say quality of life, we mean 360-degree, the concept of quality. So, well, I think I can read it. It's not very long, too long. The Space Science International is preparing for the Fourth World Congress scheduled for the first week of July 2026. We recognize the critical juncture in human history at which our Congress will occur. A significant portion of the space community is eager to hear our perspective on the current situation, and we feel the weight of that responsibility. Present circumstances confirm our worst fears about the potential collapse of civilization and an irreversible global catastrophe. SRI offers a viable alternative, civilian space development. The challenge lies in effectively communicating this vision to the broader public and decision makers. Our voice remains insufficient for the task, but we are determined not to yield to warmongers and anti-human sentiments. Younger generations are particularly affected by the global crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic confined them to their homes, depriving them of vital social interactions and direct emotional experiences. Many students had to rely solely on online schooling, severely hindering their education and socialization. The rising nationalism and conflicts worldwide further complicate their ability to explore and develop their paths. Today, culture often takes a backseat to survival, as young people are encouraged to align with the dominant figures with their national or ethnic groups. SRI opposes this trend. We believe that human intelligence, HI, exists across all borders, and it is far more important than artificial intelligence, AI. Our mission is to seek out and support HIs everywhere. In our previous congresses, we analyzed the civilization status regarding its survival and potential for development. However, mere survival is not enough. As Dante Alighieri wrote, you were not made to live like brutes, but to follow virtue and knowledge. In Italian is fatti non foste a vivere come bruti, ma per seguire virtude e conoscenza. The cultural dimension and quality of life are crucial for civilization survival. Yet, the ongoing global crisis, highlighted by wars in Ukraine and Gaza.
Adriano?
Yes?
I have to leave. I suggest that this is way too long in a manifesto, that we should have a much shorter statement about what we want to do
Yes.
and accomplish and things. So I think reading it now, before we've even got the board to agree the title, I would just suggest that we.
But it's not very long. It is,
it's way too long for people to read.
Yes, but for us now,
want to know in one paragraph what it is we're trying to
for-
accomplish and what it's about.
for us now to understand the
in other
concept.
words, we need an abstract and a title first, and then we can draft something like this. But I have to leave, but that's my thought. But I do think that the quality of life in space and our Earth is a good theme, but we should have the title agreed by the board and a one-paragraph statement about what we want to do, and then maybe we can have a longer discourse. But that's my thought before I leave.
Yes, we can make a short thing, but however, here I have put the concept, so, then we can short it, of course, it's not a problem. But I wanted just to read it. It's not very long to be read now, just to give you the ideas. So where I was in our previous Dante Alighieri, okay, the cultural dimension of quality is crucial. The wars, honest, open-minded, and humanity-loving people cannot live happily and enjoy their lives, regardless of their social status and well-being, when thousands of human beings are being killed every day and their economies are being destroyed worldwide. Such sick status of our civilization is heavy, depressing, and hinders creativity and genuine entrepreneurship. I.e., the current pre-World War III status is causing a heavy stop of cultural evolution, if not a deep throwback of culture to Kurt. Let's summarize the above-mentioned conditions in a single expression that synthesizes all the social, economic, and environmental conditions. Our quality of life is worsening, and our perspective or progress are worsening as well. To reverse this trend, we must expand into outer space. This shift could make resource wars obsolete and create new opportunities for sustainable development. As articulated in our Space Renaissance Philosophical Manifesto, space offers viable solutions. It can create jobs, provide essential resources, foster global cooperation, enhance our understanding of the cosmos, and ultimately save humanity from extinction through the establishment of self-sufficient colonies around the Moon, Mars, and asteroids. The legacy of the general concept is of great relevance. The major benefits of large space habitats and advanced construction programs in space were identified 50 years ago. Bringing every human being up to a living standard now enjoyed only by the most fortunate, with high quality living in space when the world population is doubling every 35 years. moving much of our manufacturing technology off the surface of the Earth, using materials sourced from the moon and asteroids rather than mining the Earth and using up Earth's resources. Effects would be protecting the biosphere from industrial pollution, preventing overload of Earth's heat balance. This was, say, 30 years before we started worrying about global warming, finding clean, practical energy sources. Also, as the resources available from the moon and asteroid far outweigh those on the Earth, and the living space gained from the construction of large habitats can outstrip the global population increase, it means firstly that we will never run out of room, and as a result, there will be no need for any nation to attempt to claim resources from others. In other words, the threat of warfare should be reduced. At the SRI 2026 Congress, our primary mission is to raise public awareness about the risks to our quality of life and advocate for accelerated civilian space development. We urge all sincere space humanists to contribute to this social goal. This call for paper serves as both a conceptual framework and a call to action. We invite our friends, supporters, and partners to contemplate current challenges and propose ways to help humanity transcending its limits and start growing into outer space. While we welcome the tailored technical projects and business plans, we aim to emphasize the political and philosophical aspects. What priorities should we promote? Why will this make a difference? How can we build grand coalitions to realize these projects? While we will continue to support space exploration, we want to focus this Congress on space development, industrialization, and settlement, discussing solutions within the realms of space policy, science, and philosophy. Okay, so this is the preamble.
Adriano, it's very good. I mean, it's you reaching people, but there's some element in here that is not quite exactly in the middle of the thing. The between now and then, between now and whenever we get to the point where there are unlimited resources and all the rest of it, there's a technological momentum. If something happens in between, the collaboration for exploration is a thing that opens that up into productive phase, right? So I would the paper, I think it needs what you've written here, this introduction, it needs like a little refinement, if you like. I mean, it would be nice to be able to work on it a bit.
Please,
could you make a copy available so we can go through and think about the content a bit?
It is online. You can reach it online. It is online.
To edit it, how does one edit it? We need a Word doc.
Okay, I think it can be copied, but however, okay, I will send it.
Will you send a Word doc copy? All right, thanks. I'd like to read it.
I think I have already sent it, but I will do it again.
I haven't seen it so far, but if you could send a Word doc copy, thank you. Yes.
The group. Okay. That's fine. Then I'm proposing 4 statements. Quality of life needs space. Quality of life is worsening due to the conflict for survival in the closed world. In order to restart progressing, quality of life needs civilian development in outer space. Support HI everywhere. Rather than building superhumans or artificial brains to replace human brains, we prefer to travel the world in search of new Einsteins and Mozart, knowing that poor children, they could use to live in a slum and play soccer with a ball made of rags. We support human intelligence, and we prefer to continue using AI software to assist us in our work rather than replacing it. Stop disturbing Gaia while she is giving birth with all of these bombs. Will Gaia, the living planet, give birth under the bombs? A third world war would put at risk the birth of a baby solar civilization. Though our priority is to open the high frontier in any way, we are speaking loud and clear. Stop all wars immediately. Immediate ceasefire everywhere. Our Mother Earth is giving birth. Stop disturbing her now. Make space and love, not war. let's kick off civilian space development before 2030. All peoples of planet Earth unite their efforts, giving a clear and sound sign of hope and love for humanity. So imperfect, our civilization is not to be trashed, yet debugged and evolved, expanding into space. So these are just four memes that came to my mind to be shared on the social platforms and so on. Of course, we can find others. Yeah.
All right. So, Adriano, if you send the Word doc, are you sending it to one of the Google groups, or is this to the SR Academy and Partners?
Yes. Yes, sure. I have already sent it, but I will resend it. Okay.
All right. A Word doc version. Thanks. Yeah.
Now the rest of this work is also present in the. Sorry. Let me go back to the home. And okay, this is an interactive call for papers, abstract submission. Okay, so we have a 4 symposium, Congress thesis, Space Philosophy and Policy Lab, Space Science and Engineering Lab, and Space Renaissance Art and Media. So if one chooses the first one, these details is open. 2 sessions, Status of Civilization and Quality of Life, and Space Renaissance International Organization. If one chooses the first one, these are our recommended sessions topics. Of course, in their abstract, people are free to choose among these topics or to add their own one. So, as you see, for our thesis, what I'm proposing are the quality of life of humans and not only in the 21st century depends on the expansion into space. Critics of both the regressive green transition and the techno-authoritarian policies because both anti-humanist. 3, the cultural damage caused by the global shift to weaponization of the industry and of space in name of increasing the defense capabilities. Priority of geolunar industrialization, infrastructure and logistics. Priority of developing in space more than on planets. Safeguarding human life and human rights on Earth and in space, civilian space development to save civilization from social implosion and global holocaust, actuality of Gerard O'Neill concept, large rotating habitats in free space, rather than building superhumans, etc., the need for a space peace movement, working to enhance human intelligence rather than artificial intelligence. So these are this is, by the way, this is the synoptic, more or less, of what I am thinking for the draft thesis document, for our draft.
Adriano, this hasn't been published yet. This is the the outline for the Congress.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are things. I mean, you should have something for UN treaty values of treaty and international progressions and so on. I mean, there are a number of topics that aren't included
okay,
here.
you think that should be in the thesis? I think you're right.
That's why I'm asking for a Word doc copy that we can go through carefully.
Yes. I will.
Modify a bit, yeah.
Then, okay, of course, one could choose the Space Philosophy Symposium, and here we have 3 sessions: the Space Philosophy and History sessions, the Space Ethics for Peace, the relevance of space philosophy in the current historical age, which authors are useful to help us detecting the evolutionary path of our global crisis, and new and old concepts and tools to understand the current historical age. Then the space policy. In the space policy, we also have the 18 SDG, of course, astropolitics, clearing the ambiguities of the Outer Space Treaty, space economy, use of space resources, space, who are the owners, priority, industrializing geolunar space versus Mars City, space for peace, a UN flag on the moon, no weapons in space, a critical review of the UN Space 2030 agenda, human rights in space, the permanent space revolution, how to establish a legal framework to allow the recovery of big space breakages, history of collaboration and friendship in space. So I have tried to put here all the concepts that we have discussed and developed and presented at COPUOS during the last 2 years for the space policy session.
Yeah, I can see that, but it should be something in the thesis as well. There should be some mention in the.
Yes, yes. Okay, let me add an AI for that. Okay.
I would like to say something.
Please.
Maybe we should reword or rethink how we want to convey the idea that AI should be in parallel with you, which you use HI, which I've never heard, but that's actually interesting. Human intelligence.
Yes, it's mine. HI
So
is mine.
right, yeah.
Is my copyright.
Right, yeah, right. But what I'm trying to say is, because heavily working in technology, is that they should be in parallel. One should not override the other, and if we can convey that, articulate that as more than saying human intelligence should be the focus and what we should push and not AI. I think we should try to articulate that they both grow together, it's simultaneously and in parallel, right? So there's this harmony between the two, versus saying that human intelligence take precedence over AI. I think because we're not going to stop the evolution of AI. It's how we use it and how it evolves with us. See what I mean? That's what we got to try to articulate.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an important point, and the thing is that Adriano is a humanist, and he has like this depth of feeling, but you have to be very careful with it, because if you there's the intelligence that wins through. I mean, the human intelligence, even over emotion, there's something in there that triggers a response. So some of the wording in here, I think, is not really necessary, and a few more things should be said, but it needs to be done very carefully. So I hope we'll get a chance to go through, at some length.
Yeah, I agree with you, Amalie, because if we're not careful how we put this out in the public domain, we might, cause some groups or communities not to be aligned with what we're trying to convey. I understand what you're doing, but I agree with Amalie that we got to be careful how we word it, right? Because, like I said, technology is going to be there. It's really a projection of a human psyche, right? All the technology we develop. So it's really part of who we are. It's just projection of who we are. We just call it technology. So AI falls under that paradigm construct. So it's a matter of us wording it carefully, making sure that we don't alienate a lot of people in those other realms that are less human, emotional, groups. That's all I'm trying to say, because I just believe that both should work in parallel together. That's all. But I agree with Amalie that we got to be careful how we create this document.
It's a technique. It's the methodology of the thing. And you can stand and scream and shout about poverty for 1,000,000 years, but it won't get anywhere. But if you just get the right formula of an idea that somehow catches hold, and I mean, people have been trying for such a long time to come to terms with this, and now we have the opportunity to actually do that. I think using modern technology can be done. So it's opportunity, moment of opportunity, really.
Sorry. Yeah, I think there were many things to say. And first, I think we could also have the courage to make some provocation. So saying HI versus AI, I think is a good cultural provocation. My concept of what AI is so far, AI is something that is very good to make systematic and complete researches using the web, of course, making a summarization of long papers and a few other things. If you try to make artificial intelligence to create concepts, you're wrong, because it's not able to create concepts. AI today only collect what exists on the web and make a summary and give you, and this is very useful, of course, for people like us that we are writing and we are making papers and so on. This is very useful, but we cannot so far hope that AI is able to create original concepts, progressive, I mean, that can make us step forward in some things. I don't know from the scientific point of view. Maybe scientists can use AI very much more better, but to develop their researches, I think when we need to make a very long and boring research, and you don't have time to do that, AI can do it excellently and give you the results. Research of the concepts, I mean existing concepts, existing literature, and so on. AI can give you a representation in very, very short time. So this is a very good thing. That's why what I think so far is that AI is a piece of software so far, very good software, making excellent things, but is not a self-aware entity. And I don't know how long is the time to reach it. So all of this to say that I don't want to consider humans and artificial and software as equivalent positions, you know.
But Adriano,
we have not to refute it and we have to use it because it's very useful, but to be aware that it is a tool. So far, it's nothing more than a tool. So I know that many people are fantasticating of other things, and I also know that what we can call authoritarian technologists are focusing on AI in order to consider human life even less than what they was considered so far. So this is a very, very bad thread that is going now.
You're quite right, Adriano. It's not that it's a very stupid thing, and it trends towards authoritarianism as well. It's useful for industrialization and resource utilization, all sorts of things that need doing, you know, practical things. It's a tool, it gets work done. Managing human society is not, you know, AI is like human beings, not machines. So you have to be careful, but it is very transformative. It's used in the right way with a good policy steering it, and
yes,
you know, this can be very transformative.
I know we are touching a kind of I don't know how to say, a new god or something like that, that some people is seeing it like a god. And every time in the history somebody dared to criticize the gods, it was a hard things to do, you know, not easy. But I think yes, we are humanists, and we have to go ahead using what we have and trying to discuss, at least to discuss, if not to oppose the anti-humanist tendencies and the authoritarian tendencies also, even if our goal is not a political goal, is we think about space policy, not about all the policy to 360 degrees. But it is also true that during the last months and years, space policy is merging very much with the general policy. So this is for good and for bad. But however,
Yeah, well, it's a militarization that's the AI is also
yes,
the components in there. So yeah, it needs balancing out.
However, let me remind, this is a draft. So any amendment would be very welcome to make it maybe a little bit smoother, to avoid making provocation, because provocation is what we is how we get attention, you know. But cultural provocation should not offend, you know, and should be as much as possible open.
Yeah, it's going to take some work. So if we have the Word document over a number of months, you know, we can get this.
That's fine. Excellent. Yeah. So we can go ahead, maybe. The Space 18 SDG Coalition session. I think in the Space Philosophy and Policy Lab symposium, we should have dedicated the Space 18 SDG Coalition session. About representing the main concepts, the justification, and the history and founding concept, the report from the works done, and suggestion for the future, and enlargement and the funding of the coalition, and so on. Then going to the science, engineering, and lab, that is the biggest, of course, the biggest one. We are living in space session, covering protection of life and health from cosmic radiation, requirements for spinning habitats, simulated gravity, requirements for planetary habitats, beauty and ergonomics of habitats are an essential life requirement, requirement for food production in space, space farming, civil rights of the space workers and settlers, green environments and waters in space habitats, space gardens and lakes.
Sorry, Adriano,
yes?
I got to leave. So I got to leave, but I want to have a confirmation. Are we all agreeing that the theme for these arts that you want the flyer to be quality of life? Is that the consensus of the board? Is that what we have agreed on?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes,
I think
quality
so.
of life.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Quality of life. Okay, so I can get the students to start working on that, come up with some ideas.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Yes, living out of the gravitational well in a three-dimension environment, a new cultural dimension, art in space, a new freedom of expression facing the mystery of the universe, civilian space settlers and all training, space medicine, space psychology, and the Living in Space Initiative and Living in Space Committee report from the works done and suggestion for the future. The collaboration between the Living in Space SRI Committee and the Living in Space Initiative. Then for the space tech and industry, we have space transport vehicles, for space-to-space transport vehicles for passengers and cargos, low-cost, reusable, safe and ergonomic launchers, Earth 2 from orbit, Moon 2 from orbit, orbital debris, recovery and reuse, energy, feeding the space settlement in Earth orbit, Moon, Lagrange points, and beyond, cloud computing and big data centers in space, producing fuel in space from orbital debris, Moon and asteroid resources, space technologies, new propulsion techniques, robotics, artificial intelligence, space tourism, suborbital, orbital, lunar, Lagrangian, economy, the potential of electronic money to boost big space projects and civilian space development, near Earth objects, defense on Earth and in space, utilization and mining, Moon, mining and industrialization, cislunar economy, Mars, a logistic node between internal and external solar system, and the Space Renaissance Academy. This is our legacy, no, from the transport mining industry.
Yeah.
That's what we have done, and what is the contribute suggestion for the future. Okay, space habitats session, simulated gravity station and habitats, Earth orbit, Moon orbit, Earth Moon, Lagrange points, life and health protection from. Okay, you will note that there is some double positioning of some arguments.
Yeah.
But these are intended in a technical means, because this is the Science and Engineering Lab Symposium. So this is not to write requirements, but is to try to design some idea for developing the requirements. No,
it's the engineering solutions.
Exactly. So I think you remember this. The requirement flow, no?
Yes. Well,
because we have some committees that define requirements and some committees that try to design something to implement the requirements. So this is the concept. Well, okay, so we have all of these topics. Then the target young generation session. Of course, we will have to talk about ethos, expanding humanity to outer space program, fertilizing planetary schools and university with civilizations passing to space, science, technology, and history, Space Renaissance Academy, target young generation, the experience and proposals, and so on. So then for the art and media symposium, we have the science fiction and future narrative session. The main science fiction currents and their relationship with real future developments, science fiction and relationship between humans and the rest of nature, science fiction and ethics, science fiction and capacities to imagine alien cultures and psychologies. Does modern science fiction have a role in accelerating civilian space development? Traditional science fiction impact on the space movement, rise and ideas, science fiction, narrative and futurologist, literature, sociological science fiction. Then for the gallery, of course, we have a balance of the past projects and what next, and art in space, new perceptions. Oh my God. Okay, so this is all. People, we have the possibility to choose among our proposed topics, or to propose their own. So I think is the most open and democratic way to go ahead. By the way, I have already shortly discussed this with Alberto. Alberto is very sorry that he couldn't participate today because he had another meeting, but he will be present in our board meeting next 2 of September. Okay, so this is all. This thing is online. You can see it, and you can propose changes, amendments, and everything you think is useful. At the same time, I will. I've also prepared a registration form, a very simple registration form that one can register and say if they want to submit an abstract or not.
Adriano, we can't work on the online form. If you can just send the text in a Word doc.
Yes, I've already taken.
All right, okay, all right, good, because I will put some comments in, and this and that. So thank you. Yes,
Adriano, on there it says, I will submit an abstract. It should say an abstract, of course.
Oh, it's an
abstract
mistake.
Until we've
an abstract. I see. Yeah,
it's a mistake.
It's okay. Listen, don't worry. But until the board has made decisions on whether this will be a hybrid event or only in person.
No, it will not be only in person. It could be hybrid or virtual.
Okay, but we also
However, we will allow virtual presentations because many people cannot travel. So
they'll also need to make decisions on registration fees. So, and that, of course, will all need to be added onto this form. And whether we're going to have,
I have not added anything because I honestly don't know if we will ask for a
this is first draft and so forth. It's in early stages, but
By the
there's
way, the NSS, for instance, NSS may make a call for registration, say nothing, and then if you want to go, you have to pay. They write to you and they ask you to complete your registration by paying. But of course we are more transparent. We want to be more transparent. Therefore, we will add it if we require.
all kinds of things to potentially be added to this, like if you're going to be a speaker, then do you get a reduction in your registration fee and things like that? Concessions for over 65s or perhaps under 25s for students.
Yes, all of these things. If we will make it for payment, we will.
This is all down the line. Overall, what you created here it's a hell of a lot of work's gone into it. And it is, all right, even though it's based on the previous one, you did that to start with. And it's an excellent
Thank you very much.
move forward.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. No, okay, there are some tools that for me are easy to be used because I'm using since years. Therefore, it's very quick to go ahead. Better than in 2021 when everything had to be invented from scratch.
Of course.
Okay. However, let me check again our minutes. Our agenda. The chairs. Okay. Do you agree that we will put the committee chairs as chairs of the sessions?
Yes, why not? Yes.
Okay.
So obvious.
That is already on the. Let me see. I think it's already online. Yes, you see, each session has chairs. Space philosophy, Marie-Louise and Michael Schumann, and space policy, Dennis, Amalie, Eligar, and Robert, and 18 SDG, Robert, Frank White, and myself. Living in space, Joe, Susan, and Luigina. Space Tech and East, Werner, Alberto, and Gary. Space Habitats, Werner, Jerry, and Tom. Young Generation, Ghanim, Maria, Mokazel, and Eligar. And myself and Robert for the science fiction. And Space Renaissance for all gallery, Werner Foyn. But okay, we will see what to do with the art committee. Okay. Okay. What I didn't say that I think we should have a Space Renaissance Partners Symposium, giving to our partners, note that these are the partners with which we have signed an agreement, a partnership agreement, to hold a presentation, to talk about their organization, Lunex, Ampool, ACES Worldwide, the Mars Society, Lifeboat Foundation, the Moon Village, Eurospace Hub, Kepler Space University, Space Value Foundation, Human Space Program, and National Space Society. So we will have a proper session for our partners, giving floor to them.
Very good. Keeps them involved.
Yeah. Okay.
Adriano, can you go back to the space philosophy section again?
Yes.
Space philosophy. Yeah. All right. Philosophy.
Well, I hope the textual part is aligned with the interactive part. I'm not sure of that because
Space philosophy. Oh, here the session, yeah.
Which one?
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So I have a space policy and the 18.
No, it was the previous page I was looking at. Was it a webinar or something? The page you were looking at before, sorry. The previous page, the one you were looking at before.
Which
Not
one? Which
no,
page? The textual, you mean?
the-
Okay. Oh my God. In the text, you will also
yeah,
find
yeah.
you will also find an abstract for each session.
Yes. Now, where is the one
I have not read the abstracts.
Yeah, but where is the one for space philosophy? Ah, here you are. Ah, so where you got authors, Marie-Louise, you and Michael. Can you add me? I'd like to have I see, it's a symposium. Ah, right, okay. And then there's an abstract. Oh, got it. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
but I want to ask Marie-Louise to look at that and maybe write something better as an abstract.
Well, I could help as well if you like, but anyway.
Yeah, great.
Yes, yeah, right.
Okay. Adriano, I'm going to have to go fairly soon, just to let you know. I can.
Just a moment. I'm writing something.
Is there something else, Adriano? Have you got most of the agenda? Has it been mostly covered? Is there something in particular that hasn't been covered?
No, I think we covered everything. It was hard, but we made it. And so tomorrow I will be sure that the text is aligned with the interactive page, and then resend it to the group.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
May we close?
Yes, okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Adriano. Thank you, Adriano.
Thanks to you. Thanks all of you.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
do have
Good.
a bit of news. First of all, today I was made a member of the Institute of Physics, which is very nice because I'm going to arrange a presentation on Island Zero and see if we can do something more with them as a meeting in their space group. But as regards Island Zero, first of all, I've also was told yesterday that I've been selected to be a keynote speaker at a space conference taking place in June next year in Rome.
Oh.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'll send you information about that.
Okay.
So because I'm doing more detailed calculations regarding the modules that make up Island Zero, I've written to the manufacturers of Vectran. Now, Vectran is a fiber which is 5 times stronger than steel, and the manufacturers in America send this as raw fiber to a few other companies around the world, and there's one in the UK who then weave that into webbing, which is used in space construction. It is used, for example, on the Perseverance rover airbags, and for structures made by Bigelow and ones being made by Sierra Space. They use a layer of Vectran in their
inflatable structures, right?
Yes. So in our discussions, I'd sent. I was talking with the manager of international marketing, and had read through my file about Island Zero, and he actually said this is the most practical concept for a 1G habitat that I have ever seen, which is a fantastic statement of confidence and support. I was so pleased.
Excellent.
And I submitted an application for a grant from the Royal Astronomical Society. They provide relatively small scale grants, up to £5,000. And one of the categories is for research projects. So I've put in an application for a study of up to 10 man days, for which 5,000 will cover, to look into verifying the concept of Island Zero and to give a more detailed description of the structure and the facilities it will need and the processes involved. Unfortunately, they won't be giving a yes or no on this for 3 months, but it's in the process.
Very, that's wonderful, amazing. The Island Zero, I always saw it as a big international project, something very sort of unifying. When you do your research, is there some way that you can get data from Russia and China and other countries? Can't make it into a sort of international program.
Right. First of all, I'm not aware that they would have anything on a similar subject. And secondly, to be frank, I see this as being constructed by an organization like Sierra Space, or perhaps a consortium, probably of US companies. There may be input.
Yes. Sierra is working together with Blue Origin on the orbital reef concept. Is a space station, a new commercial space station, but it's not rotating.
No. So
you don't see it as an internationalized venture then?
I don't, frankly.
Okay, right. Oh, well. Because I just thought it was sort of something everybody could agree upon, the need for, low gravity research and low gravity conditions. It didn't seem political. It seemed as though it really wasn't within the political sphere.
Right. One of the things that an Island Zero can offer is, apart from being able to carry out the required medical research, the other main modules, which will not be used for that, can be leased out to commercial organizations, research organizations, and some units can even be used as space hotels, and all of that will bring in some income. And further modules can be added. And I don't see any limitation in that respect on organizations or even governments from other countries using those facilities.
Yeah, I just saw it more in terms of something like the ISS, an international program.
involved in the development, and I don't see the need for it either.
Right.
I mean, all the work that's done so far has had one source, me.
Yeah, I know that, but you've been to Russia and been here and there, and I mean, people listen to you. I'm sure I mean, they're doing materials development. Is there's carbon-based materials. They're being developed all around the world, aren't they? I mean, in several countries. Yeah.
There are already 3 inflatable units that have been put in space, and there are others being developed, and test articles actually having been manufactured already by at least 3 companies in America. So as regards getting into the investigation of the design of such things, as far as I'm concerned, that's 99% done already. Perhaps not 99, 95%.
Okay, it's very interesting. I'm very pleased.
It will need, like any major project, it will need an in-depth study, and I'm talking about probably 6 months' work by perhaps 6 to 10 people. So I would see that as a combination of commercial organizations such as Sierra Space, Max Space, and Vast, and so forth, and probably universities where you've got research people who can make a suitable contribution to this.
It all happened quite quickly. Yeah. Doesn't seem like long, 6 months, really. I mean,
Oh no, it may turn out that it'll take longer, but I'm looking at that as a minimum, really.
I think one of the main challenges is the node between the rotating and the non-rotating parts of the station. This is the key engineering problem. All the other things can be solved.
Yep, because in the central hub, the very middle section where the shaft will go out, that will obviously rotate with them.
Yes.
But it's added next to them will counter-rotate so that the solar panels will stay facing the sun.
Yes.
So the craft can dock at the ends without having to rotate 3 times a minute.
Yes, this is the main problem in engineering such a station.
This could be a topic to be discussed in the space habitats.
Yes, we will do that. So
okay, but it's very interesting, and I hope that we can work to developments, maybe contacting these people that you mentioned, Jerry.
Yeah.
And also I also know someone in Sierra Space, because I remember I had a visit card in an IAC. Don't remember, in Milan or the previous one in Baku or Paris, but I can find again something maybe.
Extremely useful, because I been to Sierra Space's website and I filled out an inquiry in that online form 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And I've nothing back at all, not even an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
A company of that size would certainly respond to someone who's working on something of a similar design to projects which they are actually building. But no, not so far. So if you can give me somebody's contact details, that would be very, very useful.
Okay, great. So I think we can close for today. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's go ahead. I hope that in our board meeting we can decide everything and kick off the Congress. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Adriano. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.